Good morning, welcome back to the Groomsman. I'll be your host, Jonathan, and today I'm using Fougere Nemeta. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Fayez, one of the other groomsmen, says this is his favorite, and I can see why. It's fantastic. It's a Fougere scent, obviously, but it's a very bright, very green, nice springtime scent. It's got like just a tiny bit of hint of sweetness. I think there's some strawberry in there, but there's oak moss in the bottom, and big leaf, and lavender. I think the Southern Witchcrafts lathers up fantastically. It's a really nice scent. Very bright. It's not like a dark Fougere. It's a very bright green, growing. I don't have the splash yet. I got this unused soap off the buy sell trade page. Somebody had tried a sample of the scent once and then thought they liked it, and then they bought the soap in the EDP and then sprayed the EDP twice and realized that they didn't actually like it. So I was able to get that for a little bit of a discount there. I did, after I got it, I wanted to wait till after I smelled it just in case, and when I decided, yep, I liked it, I went out and bought the splash. We had a couple left at the Razor Club. It's a special edition, so I don't know how often they put it out. I think it's an annual. Fayez was talking about how he bought a backup set because he was worried that maybe it wouldn't come back one year, and he liked it so much. For a razor, I didn't load it up first, which is why I'm like scooping for blades right now. Gillette British Aristocrat number 21, flat bottomed in gold. I got this set off eBay. It's made in Britain, but it was one of the sets that was sold in South America. The seller I bought it from was from Argentina. There's a lot of stuff on eBay for a while there. I guess there was a collector that, I don't know if somebody passed away and so the estate was being sold, or if it was just a collector that decided to sell all his stuff. But there was a ton of stuff from Argentina for a while on eBay. I know Matt from Razor Emporium, he scooped up a bunch of them. Gillette from 7 o'clock. The black one, super plats. He bought, not off eBay, but Matt got like a big shipment of stuff from South America from one of those collectors, or maybe it's that one. I don't know if there's just one guy. I know Matt bought a bunch of stuff and it was available on his site. I hadn't used this razor in a little bit, not for any good reason. I just have a lot. Things kind of get buried. But I was talking to Christian, one of the other groomsmen, and he got a Gillette, I believe, also a 21. I might be wrong. His was silver though. And we were talking about him. Well, he posted a picture of his. I think he polished it and cleaned it up the other day, and made me think of mine. So it's kind of a tribute shave to the other groomsmen. I got a razor for Stack and a soap / EDP scent for Fayez. It's a really smooth shave. I really like these Aristocrats because they're kind of a pain to find sometimes, and if they do, they go for a pretty penny. I don't remember exactly how much I got this for on eBay, but I'm pretty sure it was over $100. More than one, less than two? That's all I can remember. I could probably go look it up at some point if somebody really wanted to know. If you ask in the comments, I'll take the time and go look through my purchases on eBay and find it. But you can also go on eBay and look through, like do a search for a razor and then filter out your results to items that have sold or completed, so you get an idea of how much like the average range of a razor goes for. Well, the average range for eBay sales, which can be inflated a lot of times. Obviously, if you found it out in an antique store somewhere, it wouldn't be the same price. But so far, I've only ever found one razor locally here in the States that was made in Britain. And what happens, just not for me. But I did find the one, so I guess it does happen for me sometimes. I did want to go, you know, I'm up here in North Dakota, we're kind of close to the border. Thought about going up to Canada. We're gonna get passports for our kids and do like a weekend trip up there or something to Manitoba. They have a nice zoo. I think maybe an aquarium. We're gonna do some family stuff up there. And of course I was gonna sneak away for some antiquing. And by sneaking away, I mean dragging my family, kicking and screaming to an antique store. You can find a lot of made in Canada stuff and made in Britain stuff in Canada. These are really smooth shavers, just like the Rockets. I don't know, the UK razors are just something in the way they made them. I've heard people say that the tolerances in their machining was more accurate. I don't know, can't speak to that. I will say in use, I like the UK counterparts more than I like the US counterparts. Like the twist to open mechanism, it's so much smoother. Like the way you can hear it when you twist to open a US Gillette, it like kind of rattles. And you don't get that on the UK ones. I had this razor repaired, refreshed at Razor Emporium. When I got it, you couldn't tell by the picture, but the TTO was frozen. And I couldn't get it unstuck no matter what I did. Ran into the ultrasonic cleaner. Be right back. All right, I'm back. My wife came into the bathroom. I think we were talking about, and now I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh, I got my razor fixed, Razor Emporium. Yeah, I couldn't get it fixed. I ran through the ultrasonic clean air, did a bunch of soaks. It was frozen in there. And then where they had a crimping process inside the handle as part of the razors that were made in Gillette that used a special tool. And that needed to be redone, and that tool doesn't exist anymore. Or to get one would cost like an obscene amount of money. It ended up being a pain, but they were able to fix it. I didn't get it replated. I just left the original plating on there. I might change my mind and get it replated at some point. I hear my 4-year-old waking up. I really like this thing. I get Wi-Fi as Says it's one of his favorites. Maybe he said it was his favorite, like his number one. It's a great scent. If you like bright, crisp, greeny, kind of grassy springtime scents, this will be right up your alley. There's just a little bit of sweetness to it. You know, it kind of reminds me just a little of a scent of tart green apples, where they're just like a little bit of sweetness. They're that green kind of tart. That scent is not in there, by the way. I think the little bit of sweetness comes from the strawberry scent. I think all those scents combine. I think it's just, for some reason, I pick up just a little bit of that green apple. The way it's blended and the other notes, I think, come together really well. What am I doing? Against the grain. Testing out the residual slickness on this soap. Sounds quite aggressive. Got a lot of audio feedback. I always kind of like that. I don't know why. My wife, when I first started shaving with these safety razors, she came in one day when I was shaving. It wasn't like recording or anything. Just shaving. And I think I was using like a gem, like a 1912, and they are really loud. And it's just the way that the head shape is. It kind of makes some reverberating acoustics. So she walked in and did like a double take. I was like, oh my God, are you peeling your skin off? I was like, no, it's actually really smooth. She goes, it sounds horrible. I wish somebody like, I think I got a little quiet there, didn't I? I wish somebody did a chart for Gillette. Like, you know, you go to Charcoal Goods and they have a rating for aggression level, you know, for each of their base plates. I wish somebody did like compile. Obviously, it would be, your mom would be very right. Whatever aggression somebody says a razor is always dependent upon the individual. But it would be cool to see like a master list of a basic scale of where all of the razors Gillette made, either a combined US UK one or a separate US one and a separate UK one. I know sometimes you can go out and find where they measured and got like the blade gaps and stuff for like a Fat Boy adjustable. But I don't think I've ever seen one sheet that had all of that information for all the razors in one place. Like this is the blade gap for a super speed, this is the blade gap for a red tip, this is the blade gap for a Gillette raised flat bottom new, you know, whatever. You can kind of organize it by, I don't know. I guess even if you just organize it by blade gap, it'd be something. Then, you know, it doesn't necessarily equate into aggression. It doesn't take into account the geometry of the angle of the blade, or blade exposure plays a big part. But it would be something. Scott should do it. I nominate him. Scott, make a list of every one of your 400 razors that you have in your collection in order of mildness to aggression or efficiency, or however you want to do it. Make me a list. It might take you years of trying out every razor, but I want a list. All right, that was a great shave with the Gillette Aristocrat number 21. I'm gonna do a cold water rinse and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. I don't have a matching splash for this one. Normally I would just pick one of the other splashes in my collection because I don't mind mixing and matching. But I do have the EDP for the Fougere Nemeta, so I'm gonna use an unscented or very lightly scented splash. This is well, a tonic actually. It's non-alcohol based, witch hazel. I think I've used this before on camera a couple times. I got it from TJ Maxx for like $2. Melaleuca, tea tree oil, aloe, witch hazel, glycerin, all kinds of good stuff in there. But no, there's a slight fragrance, I guess. I think mostly just so it doesn't smell like chemical. It's super light and it doesn't stick around. It's not like a aftershave fragrance, you know. It's just like a lightly scented to have something in there. This is nice. It's a tonic, a witch hazel tonic. It just helps tone the skin, makes it nice and hydrated again. Like it. Good stuff. Great deal for $2. I haven't seen it for sale anywhere else when they get close to, I mean, it's a pretty big bottle. I've used it, I don't know, a lot, but several times. Barely made a dent in it. But at some point, maybe I'll look and see if I can find it online to buy. That's worth having under the sink for some days. All right, and the EDP. I don't use a lot of EDPs. That wasn't quite where I wanted to. And on the neck, wrist. A little bit on the neck. Is that too much? I don't know. Maybe. I don't do a lot of EDPs. But I definitely smell it though. Crisp and green. I like it. Alright, thanks for sticking with me with the shave. I hope you enjoyed it. The Gillette Aristocrat, if you ever get a chance to try one of the British Gillettes, I really think they are worthwhile. Kind of a pain to get a hold of, but that one or the Rocket HD, the Aristocrat Junior, there's someone that you can score for a good deal on eBay if you're vigilant. But thanks, appreciate you sticking by. Hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week.